My name is Jerry. On January 29th, I got back to New York from Chengdu, China, and since then, I really spent every single day, every hour, thinking about the coronavirus going on in China. And I've had a lot of friends say, Jerry, what's going on in China? So today, I really want to share with everybody about what's going on, and I really want everyone to see how much the Chinese people have changed their daily lives to fight this. So Wuhan is a city of 11 million people, and it was put under quarantine right before Chinese New Year. You might not have heard of Wuhan, but I mean, think of the city like New York or London. It's a big deal. Now, at the time, I was in Chengdu, which is about 1,000 kilometers away, and everyone was asked to stay home, and they did. But because I really had nowhere to eat, I was staying in a hotel. There was a cafe I found that was open, and most of the people in the cafe were foreigners. Everyone was wearing masks. The waiters was wearing masks. To travel, let's say to take the metro, or to even enter a mall, I had my temperature checked. So I lived like this for a few days, and then I headed back to New York. So when I got to the airport, my temperature was checked at the entrance. When I went to check in, I was asked about where I'd been over the past few days. I had to fill out a form about any symptoms, and everybody was wearing masks. I mean, the passengers, the flight attendants, all the airport staff. And I just want to make a point that, I do have a lot of Chinese friends in the US and around the world wearing masks, and it's not because they're sick. Their families and friends are encouraging them to wear masks. They see a lot of people wearing masks back in China, and a lot of them are doing it just to make themselves feel a bit more secure. So since I've left China, the virus has impacted a lot more people, and it's really, really unfortunate. But what I've seen is a lot of Chinese people changing their lives even more. Most people are just going out once every 2 days to get basic foods and supplies. Practically everyone is working from home. Everyone is doing everything they can to prevent the spread of this virus. And everyone in China is really working really hard to fight the coronavirus. You have doctors and nurses working tirelessly. Many are flying hundreds of miles from their homes to Wuhan.
自己那种辛苦，只有家人知道，都懂我们辛苦。有时候每天，因为我是外地的嘛，然后爸爸妈妈都不在身边，每天都会打电话视频。首先担心我们这里上班的这种状态，然后每天看到新闻，然后真的很担心。
You have construction workers building brand new hospitals in 10 days. You have factory workers creating masks or other pharmaceutical supplies, working every single day. So right now, the CDC says that the risk to the American public from this new coronavirus is low. And like the flu, most of the deaths from the coronavirus have been with the elderly or people with underlying conditions. One death is really, really sad. I mean, it really is sad. But I'd also like to point out something else that is sad. I've read a lot of reports online of Chinese being discriminated against because of this new coronavirus. And this is really, really sad. Just to put some things into context, in America every year, tens of thousands of people die from the flu. And right now, we just have a few infected cases of the coronavirus here in the US. Just a few from this new coronavirus. You're much more likely to die from the flu or a heart attack than you are from this coronavirus. So this panic and discrimination isn't just the fault of individuals. I think media has played a role, and particularly the Wall Street Journal on February 3rd published an opinion piece by Professor Walter Russell Mead, and I'm not making this up. The title of this opinion piece was called China is the Real Sick Man of Asia. So to make a point, they used a racist title that mocks people dying. And I'm not making this up, and I don't get what they were thinking. It's just wrong. And this kind of things causes discrimination, causes panic. I'd like to share something that the WHO said. They said, we must remember these are people, not numbers. Lastly, I want to end on a positive note. See, the areas affected by the coronavirus, they need our donations and supplies, but they also need our thoughts. They also need to know that they're not at this fight alone, but they're at this fight with us together. So if we're all fighting the coronavirus together, we all can win. So thanks.